know that businesses that actually do video content actually do a lot better than those that don't? The reason is because the tide is actually changing and the narrative is changing. A lot more people want people that they actually trust before they go ahead to do business with them. And so what the video content do is that it helps you to begin to build trust. It helps you to begin to build a community of people that start believing in what you do. And so it becomes easy for you to actually pitching your product to them. So today I'm going to be running you through some of the 7 steps that you can use to start doing video content to begin to market your product and your service. And the thing that you need to know is that you don't need to actually break the bank to do this. With your phone, you can actually start something. So if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, I want to encourage you today, kindly hit that subscribe button, because we're going to be bringing to you a lot of useful content that will help your business to move forward. And you can also share this content with the people that you know will benefit from it. So one of the things that I realized recently was someone that I was actually following who used to have about 4,000 followers on YouTube. But for a long time, his YouTube was struggling and he was unable to grow that channel. And he just churned out one content. And with that one content, he was able to gather about 6,000 people to subscribe. And that content reached about 40,000 people. And that got me thinking to say, you know what? This person has actually been at this for a while. But how come right now? A lot of things have actually changed. And that's what happens. Even for some people that start doing video content, they start at once and after a while, without seeing result, they quit. But you need to know that all those efforts is actually gathering to something. And for people who have not even started at all, you are actually missing out on something big. You're throwing monies down the drain. There are lots of people that need to actually hear about you. There are a lot of people that actually need to do business with you, but they need to understand what you're doing first. And that's the reason why doing video content to market your product or your service is actually very important. So what are the 7 steps that you need to begin to look at to churning out video content? So the first thing you need to do is to actually be clear on your goal. Who is your target audience? Who are the people that you're trying to reach? So for example, I'm trying to reach business owners and sales professionals. So what that means is that I'm going to be looking out for content that will actually speak to this target audience. So if you're trying to sell to people who are actually into properties, what kind of content can you do around properties? Or if you're trying to tell to people who want to go into investment, maybe financial investment or savings, buying stocks and shares, what kind of content do you need to begin to do? So these are the things that will determine the kind of content you'll do. Then the next thing is that you need to actually know the kind of video you need to do when you identify the target audience. So what I mean is that there are different types of videos. So there are videos that might just be for educational purpose. So for example, if you want to sell properties and you say, okay, 5 things you need to look out for if you want to buy a property, that's an educational content. And you can also do a content that talks about maybe case studies, how people can actually go about the step-by-step that they can take in being able to make a decision to buy a property. That's another different type of content. Then the other content you can do is a content that helps people to make decisions. So for example, you've done that kind of service for someone. You can bring that proof and share with them and say, okay, this was what we did when we are actually handling this particular customer, and this was the result they got. It was more or less like a testimonial. And by so doing, you would see that you're actually reaching out to people at different angles and different ways, and that helps them to be able to to understand what you do better. So the third thing that you need to do then is that after knowing the type of video you want to do, then you need to script. So this is just very straightforward. That's how you begin to come about, how you want to, present your content. So you want to start with a hook, you want to start with a problem, you want to start with a solution, then you want to go into proof, and then you have a call to action. So you design your script in that manner, and then you want to ensure that that is something that helps the people to be able to take action at the end of the day. So after creating your script, then you need to go into filming. So filming in this case now, you don't have to break the bank. You don't need to actually get even a camera to start with. With your phone, you can actually start doing something. One of the things that I realized is that a good phone with good lighting is even better than a good camera with poor lighting. So if you have good lighting and you have your phone, you can actually start doing something as little as possible. And that is one of the ways by which you can even get started. so that you don't have to start thinking and start looking at, how much you need to have, before you start something. You can start with just what you have. So after filming, the next thing you need to do is to edit. Now, there are a lot of, editing softwares that you can actually get. For example, CapCut. You can use CapCut, even the free version of it, to start doing something before you even start thinking of paying for it. In the simplest form, what you just need to look out for is that you can watch videos on how to use, those softwares. What you just need to then look out for is that you need to cut out places that are not relevant in the video. Then you need to join them together. You need to add, some captions and ensure that it's something that actually helps the customer to navigate, all that you're saying. After editing the content, then you need to optimize them. So optimize them means that you need to have a very catchy title. You need to look at how you can actually, have like a thumbnail. You need to put description, and then you need to understand that you need to also have to use keywords. There are a lot of AI tools these days that you can use to actually even craft some of those things. You can use ChatGPT, you can use the Claude AI, to actually get some of these things, going without even having to think too much on how you need to go about it. Then after you have, designed this for optimizing the video, you then need to distribute. You can start cutting out 1-minute videos from this content and start posting so that people can start to see them and you can link them back to the exact content. And by so doing, what you are actually getting into is that you have a lot more people getting to know more about you, getting to see what you do, starting to build trust in you. And it becomes easy for them to come to patronize you. And in between some of this content, you can start shipping some of your services. You can start shipping some of your products and putting them in the link, so that as people watch those videos, they can get into the link, to actually see the other services that you do. So I believe that you can start right away with some of the 7 things that I've actually mentioned. So if you're thinking of starting and you have other questions, you can actually share them in the comment section and I can respond to them. And I believe that the 7 things that I've mentioned today, once you start putting them to use, you'll start to see a lot more results in the sales of your product and your service. So if this video has been useful and you'd like to watch a lot more of our other content, you can actually check out some of our other content that we've actually done before now. And if you are looking for a one-on-one coach for yourself, and either on how to improve sales in your business, or you are looking for someone who will come in to train your staff, you can actually reach out to us and we'll be willing to offer our service to you. I want to believe that today's video has been very good, so you can share this with a lot of your friends that this will be relevant to. Thank you so much for staying tuned once again. See you next time.